So I've been meaning to make this video because in prepping for your organic coffee enema, I used to actually make a big sauce pot full of coffee, and then I used to can the jars, which is really simple because if you put the hot coffee into a canning jar and put the lid on, it suctions it and it's sealed. So I used to make my whole week's coffee for enemas in one whack, but it was kind of time consuming. And then I started using this, and I just thought I'm going to share. So this is a pour over coffee maker, and it actually makes an excellent cup of coffee, by the way. So here is my setup. How would I know? I've drank it before, dipwad. So I have my container, and then I have this, it's a sieve, but I put it there to hold that. Then I put the pour over base in, and then that. Then I grind my coffee. I put my coffee in here, and then I boil my water. This is a really fancy pour over coffee pot, but then, just pour the water in after you put your coffee in. However strong you want it, you put as much coffee in there as you want, and then it just leaks out. But this has saved me so much time. Plus this is a nice little coffee grinder. The only thing that we're finding is that it has a little bit of a point on it here, and sometimes, it's actually a little sharp if you hit your arm on it. So, but I actually like this one. For me, this one's easier because of this hourglass design, easy to hold on to. Of course, you could have a little bzz, bzz grinder, and then you wouldn't have to worry about one of that. But I don't know why I like the hand grinder better. I'm not sure. So anyway, the pour over, I just make my coffee fresh. I usually make it in the morning, let it cool for an hour or two, and then do my enemas. But, I used to can my coffee. Once a week, I would can jars and jars of coffee, and then use them as needed. But, actually, I think right now I'm doing it in the morning, but because I'm not living, this is my house, but I'm staying upstairs since my parents are not doing so great. So when I was living in my house, I would make my coffee at night so that first thing in the morning it was there on the counter, ready, nice and cold, cool, whatever you want to call it. And but now I just came down a while ago and made it. But it's so easy. These little pour over things, you can get them for like $5. I've seen them for 10. I've seen them for 20. I like this one the best, that has the little cage with it. I like this one the best. Oh, the reason I like this one, it has like a little rubber around the edge. Holds it steady. And, literally, this is what it's literally meant to do. Literally, you are supposed to take this cage and put it on top of your coffee cup. That's what it's for. And then you put in your coffee, and then you make your morning coffee like that. This is actually the way old school Italians, old school everybody, before all these fancy Keurigs and all these fancy coffee pots were out. No electricity needed except to heat your water.
Use your armpits.
It makes a good cup of coffee. So this little pour over is by Coffee, K-O-P-H-I. This is the one that I have. There's some that have ceramic ones of these, if I remember correctly. That Coletti, I think, has a ceramic pour over. But yes, this has cut a lot of time off of my enema prep. And I will try to remember to put a link underneath for this coffee pour over. But anything that saves you time is great, because Time is my biggest enemy because I don't have enough of it. I am very busy anymore with my parents, with my son, running to doctors all the time. I got the new shower curtain up today. So then this is nice and cool. Well, it's still warm, but that's okay. And that's it. I mean, that took probably like 5 minutes to make that big amount. And that's about what I use on a daily. And that is just flat out not diluted coffee. And if I'm not feeling well, I will make a seriously strong pot. So that's one thing I like about the whole thing, is that if you need to, like, you know your body when you're feeling crappy, that you can make it stronger to get the stronger the coffee, the more your liver is going to be dilated. And I don't know, it makes such a huge difference in my life. And I used to have a lot of people would make fun of me for it, but some of those people that used to make fun of me for it are actually doing them now. So I think that's hilarious. But I'm happy for them. But I always think that's so funny. It was some of my biggest people who teased me. Or they've done them. They've had them. So anyway, I hope this has helped. If you need me to make an actual video of me doing it, making the coffee, I will. Another thing, I know, I ramble on. When I first started doing this, I was taught to, like, make myself a lounge on the floor. Lounge. Lay down on the floor, relax, read a book. And I have bad knees, so getting up and down off the floor was hard. Plus, if you have coffee inside and you're struggling to get off the floor, there's a big chance you're going to crap yourself. So the floor really didn't work for me. And in the beginning, sometimes I would go out and lay in my bed and watch TV, but I think I overfill myself now, so there's no laying down watching TV. I try to hold it in as long as possible. I stay in my bathroom because if there's going to be any mess, this is where I want it to be. The biggest mess I ever had was, I don't have my bucket anymore, but I was doing an enema to another person, and it wasn't my house, so things were a little bit different. And I put the enema bucket up like on a shelf, like something like that. And I wasn't paying attention. Usually I hook mine up on a hook. And the person was sitting on the toilet, and the bucket just fell right down their back. It was a big mess. The coffee was warm, so it wasn't terrible. But that was the biggest mess ever. There was coffee everywhere. But at least it was only coffee, right? Because I wouldn't want it to be poops. Never ever had a big poop accident. So I hope that never happens, because that would be, that would not be fun. But yeah, the coffee, it fell down the person's back. It was, the bucket hit, splashed up, splattered all over the walls. I mean, it was everywhere it could be in that bathroom. It was. It took me quite some time to get all that coffee up. It was funny after it was all over and done with, but at that very point, I was just like, I just messed this person's house up. But, I'm a good cleaner, so you wouldn't even know it ever happened. But it was stressful, and then it was funny. But yeah, let me know if you've ever had like a really terrible enema incident. Let me know. I could tell you I had a terrible diarrhea incident, and so this is probably before I was doing enemas, and I have all the birth defects, and I have irritable bowel syndrome. I really don't have irritable bowel syndrome anymore, but I used to. And so I just left my house, and I was about 5 minutes away from home, And all of a sudden, I had to go to the bathroom. And I mean, there was urgency. So, there was a gas station coming up. I've been in there before. And this was my closest call in my whole entire life. I went into the Turkey Hill gas station. I was like, and I've never used a bathroom before because I don't usually use bathrooms out in public. And I was like, where's your bathroom? And I was so thankful. Nobody was in it, because if somebody was in that bathroom, I would have crapped Turkey Hill so bad. I would have been a meme. I would have been a viral video of me embarrassing. I would have to have changed my name. I would have to move to Russia. But the funniest thing is that when I came out, the lady said, I could see the desperation in your eyes. And I thought, oh God, that was so funny, because there was serious. I felt that desperation. I was like, it was seconds from me crapping myself. The floor, everything, because if somebody would have been in that bathroom, I would have been done for. Thankfully, there was nobody in there, and I was able to sit down and relieve myself. But I saw a picture of somebody's, I guess they went to the bathroom and they didn't make it in time. They must have, I don't know what they did, if they bent over to poop, sit down, and they splattered. But I'm sure you've seen the picture of the poop all over the back wall, the floor, in a restroom out in public. Gosh, if I would have messed myself that day, I don't know what I would have done. For one thing, I would have cleaned up their establishment, but I would have to have called. I would never get in my vehicle and ruin my vehicle in that condition, for one thing. I would have had to have called somebody to bring me some fresh clothes. I would have had to have bathed myself in that bathroom. Oh, that would have just, I don't even want to think about the mess and the embarrassment that could have been. But I just remember when she told me that, I saw that you had such a look of desperation. And yeah, I did. I really did. I was, woo! So, like I was saying, I don't lay on the floor, because it just doesn't work for me. So I sit on the toilet and I insert my enema tube. And then I stand up, and I usually touch my toes, and that breaks the seal. And I just stand there until, I can't take any more. I have to stop, so I don't have an accident. And then I, try to hold it. But, yeah, if anybody needs, some serious help, I mean, I'm not going to come to your house and do it, but I definitely will. Any help that you need, any serious questions, I know you can go to websites and look things up, but I wish I would have asked some more questions. Like now I have this very easy routine, takes so little time, whereas before I could say that it was a very big what to do, It took a long time. And we don't have that kind of time, most of us. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that pour over thing. And I'm not going to do my enema on camera today. I mean, I don't really think I need to do it on camera again unless somebody needs some kind of specific tutorial on how to do it. But it is so easy, and if you give it a week, you will feel the benefits. I would say within that week, you will feel a difference. So, and what's another thing is most enemas, they're soap. They're like castor soap or something like that. Let me see, what's it called if I have one of those. It's an old-fashioned name of soap. Hold on, I see it up here. Castor oil, maybe? No, that's castor oil. That might be it. No, there's a soap. Anyway, your average enemas that you go buy at the store, they're soap. And so you're putting a soap in your can, and that's why you get terrible cramps and you don't feel good and you get nausea. It's because of the soap. You're putting soap in your body. And then if you ever did any research in life, people will do their drugs in their can because why? Your intestines are full of blood vessels and everything gets right into your bloodstream. So that's the same with the caffeine. And it doesn't, like if you drink coffee, some people get jittery. Well, it doesn't do that. It's totally different. So it's just so much better for you than a soap enema. If you just logically think about a soap enema, and it just makes sense that it makes you sick. It makes you not feel good. I remember the cramps, the nausea, and when I do my coffee, I don't get cramps, I don't get nausea, and with the soap enemas, I would have diarrhea ongoing for the whole rest of the day, maybe the next day, and with the coffee, there's no diarrhea. So it's just such a difference. So, I don't know. You should take like the 10-day challenge. 10-day challenge of coffee, organic coffee. Never do decaffeinated because the caffeine is what dilates your liver and helps it release the toxins. Plus, the decaffeination process is usually done by a chemical. So, and you're wanting to rid your body of chemicals and stuff. So, the decaf would just be adding to those chemicals. So, I look wrecked. I'm so tired. I need a shower. I gotta do my enema. I gotta get ready to go to the doctors, take my son to the doctors. But I keep meaning to show everybody about doing the pour over for their coffee. It's such a time saver. And then, not only that, I mean, it really, for real life, it saves you money because those Keurig's coffee pots, although I used to actually be a demo person of them and sell them, the pour over just, it's the same thing without all the cost. Alrighty, I'm going to go. I need to get done. But anyway, I will try to remember to put the link for that coffee one. I think it's cute. It's Kophi, like coffee. Such a cute way to do it. Anyway, alrighty. Goodbye. I will see you soon. Thank you. Please subscribe.